Stop. Right, welcome back to the Not Pod. In today's episode, we're finally leaving Britain behind, and we're taking you through our first steps into the European mission, from the ferry to Dieppe, all the way through the west side of Spain, and all the way down to Gibraltar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's slightly out of timeline, but we'll explain.
We'll go with it. We'll just go with
We had arguments, breakdown fears, insane scenery, lots and lots of pictures, and some absolute amazing moments. Well, let's get right into it. Here we go.
So, why did we choose Dieppe?
It was cheaper. Calais and Dunkirk were just not affordable. We
No.
just left the pub. We had no money really. We were trying to do it as much on a budget as we could. So we picked the cheapest port to go to.
I've heard bad stuff about the Calais though.
Have you?
Do you have people staying over there? I've heard like a lot of bad reviews at sites and stuff there.
No. Well, we picked the Dieppe just because it was cheap. Now going back, we probably wouldn't have done Dieppe because France is shit. But
Yeah,
it
we'd
is what
probably
it
go
is.
straight to Spain, go to like Santander or something.
That'd have been a good idea.
Yeah.
What were the ferry actually like? It wasn't a bad ferry really, was it?
It won't, but it was full of like French students, which I don't mind. You're going on a school trip.
Yeah.
But when you're taking over the ferry,
Yeah.
taking over the toilet, so I can't go for a wee.
There were no cinema open because there were like a French school trip there. There must have been about 80 of them.
Not even asked about that, but literally all the seats they'd cordoned off for these kids.
Yeah.
So
So
we
you
had
couldn't
to
lay
sit on the
down.
floor.
You couldn't lay down on any sofas.
Literally
There
sit
were
on the floor.
all the seated areas in the cinema were all shut. There were no food left because of it. It was a bit of a nightmare on that side. But the actual ferry itself wasn't
Oh yeah,
bad.
ferry was fine. I got a pint. I went to sleep on the floor just because I couldn't sit down. But yeah, honestly, they just took over. They were everywhere. And it took about 20 minutes for us to just go for a wee. And by the time I'd done a wee, I needed another wee. It was just annoying. Sorry, I'm just ranting. Right, what were your biggest worry then?
Before we got on the ferry,
Yeah.
that we forgot something because we couldn't just nip back and get it.
Yeah, I suppose.
That honestly, what biggest scare for me that we forgot something important and then we were screwed because we wouldn't be able to afford to go back. When he had the set budget for the next 3 months of Europe to work out what we could do and what we couldn't do, covering fuel, food, everything else like that. We did a big shop before we came,
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
so I was panicking about if I'd forgot my vinegar for my chips. Honestly,
Yeah.
and you've got to have a bit of salt and vinegar on chips.
I was a bit worried about what they were going to come, check us camper and be like, you can't take this food, you can't take this.
Yeah, to be fair, they weren't that bad, were they? They didn't really look, I don't think, at all when we crossed to them.
No, they popped in and were like, oh, you're hiding anything.
Well,
And
like,
Nova
no.
were like, trust my dolly. And they were like, okay, we'll leave you. That was it.
First time driving a camper onto the ferry. I can't really ask you this because I drove,
Yeah.
but it were horrendous. We stalled going on because
You couldn't get up the hill.
Yeah, the van could not drive up the steep hill. We were struggling. I had to go up at like full speed, and they were telling me, shouting at me, and telling me to slow down. I'm like, if I slow down, it's not going to go up. It's going to stall. It's going to roll back because the handbrake don't work properly. And it's just going to crash. So that were a difficulty. We got used to it after a while and just started booting it at about 40 mile an hour straight up the ramp every other time that we went onto a ferry. So yeah.
Sleeping situation.
On the actual boat, you just slept on the floor, didn't you?
I did.
I didn't sleep.
It's not like, you did.
On the
You-
first
you-
one.
On the ferry, you did. You slept more than all of us.
Did I?
You did. You curled yourself up. You took the cover that we brought, the pillow that we brought, that I'd brought for the kids, and fell asleep.
I don't
And then
remember
rolled
that.
over. No, then rolled over and laid on my leg, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
I can't remember that. I must have been asleep.
We were all like, "Yeah, we were all laid up floor because obviously we couldn't sit anywhere."
Food. We couldn't even get back into his camper, so we couldn't go get any of his food out of the camper. They wouldn't let us back into the dock areas.
No, and it was stupid prices inside, and
They
they
were
didn't
not
have
left.
much left.
No, because the French kids took it all.
they were just crap.
The sea wasn't too bad though, was it? It was quite a calm crossing, that one.
Yeah.
I was asleep most of it, so obviously I had to walk up if it were really bad. So I didn't know how to sleep all of it, honestly. It's that long ago now, I can't really remember it.
I did sleep for most of it. We all did, to be fair, but I had my pint first. I was fuming though, so I'd left this much in my pint next to me to have Joe when I woke up. I woke up and they took my pint. They took my beer, and I was like, "Where's it gone?"
Shock horror. Sophie's trips cancelled at
Talking
that point.
Talking about beer again.
No, shock horror for you, wasn't it? At that point, you wanted to go home.
I don't. Like, why did they do it? It was expensive as well, and it was right nice.
So first step into France. We didn't really step into France. We drove.
Yeah, which was straight
Ba-da-ding. Had drum noise there. Roll your eyes at me.
Jesus.
But yeah, we drove in. I didn't like France. We weren't planning to stay in France at all, really.
No, we wanted to get straight through, didn't we? Because we've done France before. We'd only been to Paris.
We've been to Paris not long before, yeah. But I mean, we just didn't really want to stop anywhere in France. There wasn't anywhere that took us fancy, so we were just like, we'd set a desto to Spain, and we were like, let's go.
Actually, I did want to do south of France, but so I wanted to power through, just get to Spain and stuff, and then we were going to work our way around, weren't we?
Yeah. But I mean, there was that kind of feeling when we got there of shit, we're actually abroad now, it's happening, do you know what I mean? And we're actually sticking to this thing now. But we'd started in a shit country, which didn't help. Generally won't ever go to France as your initial one.
No. I mean, I'd go to South France because it was really nice there. But everyone's so miserable.
Yeah, it's a bit of a culture shock, isn't it, when you get there? Just no one wants to talk. It was weird. Like
it's not even that, it's the barging into you and the looks you get. I just don't...
Yeah, they look down on us, I think, because we're in an older camper, and you could see there, like, other people in there, like, modern campers were very, like, do you know, like, ugh, do you know what I mean? They were looking at us like we were trailer trash, but people just were generally quite rude, even in shops and that. I get we were speaking a different language in their country, but a bit of common courtesy, do you know what I mean? Yeah. The road signs were a little bit confusing, but it wasn't too bad. Yeah. Honestly, I think I jumped into driving it right pretty easy as well. Like, I don't think I really struggled with it.
Yeah.
Trying to buy food wasn't a big issue in France because we had a lot of it with us, didn't we? So
we had a lot with us, but it's one of them languages when you're looking at it, you can tell what it's. You can kind of break it down,
you can sort of look at it and know what it is. Yeah. There were a big jump in prices though, like
quite expensive.
Yeah, like the fuel were quite expensive compared to in England. When we were at the New Haven side of it though, that were quite expensive, but I think it was because it was near a port, so they just increased the prices. But obviously we were down south a lot more compared to up north prices. I think fuel's cheaper in north, honestly.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, it were. Oh, nah.
Yeah, there weren't really much roundabout issues either.
There's nothing to see and all, like.
I don't think we went through any roundabouts for a while, to be fair, but we didn't go any toll roads either, so we should have hit roundabouts. I remember commenting on it that there weren't many roundabouts, but it was the same when we went to other countries as well. There weren't as many.
It was just, I feel like in France, unless you go into an actual place, it's just crap because you're just driving. There's no one sides at the road.
No.
It's just like nothing. You just drive through nothing and seeing no one, apart from a shitload of solar panels.
Yeah, just like, fields and fields full of solar
panels. Yeah.
But to be fair, like, so we avoided the toll roads because we didn't want to spend a lot of money on them, did we? So
I fucking hate toll roads.
Toll roads?
Toll roads. I don't like queuing. I don't even like traffic lights.
No, I don't like giving money away either, to be fair. So.
I just don't like the queuing.
I don't agree with being charged of toll. I think toll roads are a scam, honestly. We've avoided them in 98%, I'd say, of every country we've been in. I think we've been on 3 toll roads in total.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we avoided them as much as physically possible. So let's talk about his route. So we crossed over into Dieppe, obviously.
Yeah. We drove.
I did like 12 hours, I think, overnight, first night. We got there at like 4 o'clock in the morning or something daft. And I think it was like 4 p.m. I stopped. And we were in Le Mans.
I'm not sure how far away, but yeah.
That wasn't a great campsite, was it?
I mean, there was a pizza place over the road.
Yeah, we were on that little grass verge, weren't we?
Yeah, we had that pizza and then...
Pizza was nice.
It was like looking for bins. There were no bins.
Oh yeah, they were walking around forever. There's probably a video over on his YouTube somewhere in his European section of the playlist that's got a tour of us going in. I think this is that one where we got lost in it.
Yeah, probably, because we didn't have a clue where we were going. It was just... I'm sure it was a band where there were no bins.
I'm sure it was. We ended up walking like 25 minutes and ended up putting it in someone's bin in the back garden, didn't we? Yeah.
I'm sure that's where it was.
I'm sure that's the one that we got lost in because we were looking for a bin.
Yeah.
And then you've got. Then we went to Cap Breton, I think, in Landes, something like that.
Yeah, that one with nice beach.
Yeah, that was the big car park one. That was the one where it was crammed. It was like proper, just there were loads of us, weren't there?
Yeah.
They moved us as well. We got settled. We got set up. Like, oh, we could do a couple of days here, and then they went, oh, now you need to move to the car park. I'm like, what? So they had 2 big car parks next to each other, and they did alternate days where they cleaned it. So they moved you every couple of days to clean the other section, basically.
And it was to let more people in, so they basically let you stay at this bit, but then next day they make you stay at that bit, so they clean up for new people and they make you rotate, don't they?
I got some nice drone shots there, though.
There were nice people there.
Yeah, they were polite.
There were that English couple that were talking that was telling us where to go.
In that old, like, bus.
I can't remember. Oh, no,
Yellow bus, yeah.
And then there were them German people with dogs that were really cute.
Don't the Germans that saw you without no pants on?
No, that were the English.
Well, the English?
Yeah. Out of everybody.
You were taking something out, weren't you? Taking little washing line thing.
Out out of everyone to see as well, it had to be someone that I'd just been talking to and everything.
That were English as well.
I was talking to them about the dog because they had the same kind of dog that we had. They had a Patterdale.
Oh, right, yeah,
They
yeah.
had a little Patterdale that we had. And I was like, oh, it's so cute talking to him. And then, like, literally an hour later, they see him, like, just going out. Fucking standard.
But yeah, it was nice. It was it was just very cramped. There wasn't a lot of room between these things, and the person that ended up pulling in next to us after the other ones left complained that we had a table and chairs out, but we were well within
Everyone
our
else
space.
did, yeah.
We were well within our space. The fucking wind though, it was like a wind tunnel coming off of that beach onto where the campers were. Every time we put his clothes out, they blew away. Someone bringing them back
I was
for
going to
us.
say that the men next door, I can't remember where they were from, but they gave me some pegs, didn't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. We still had them, I think, right up until then.
Yeah, they gave me some pegs because they were like, oh, it's blowing away, I've pegged it back on. And I was like, oh, thank you.
The kids had a nice ride around the car park there as well on the bikes. So that were a nice one. I liked that one.
Where them that did pull in next to us after I'd been talking to them, one next door but one.
Yeah.
They were moaning about his table and chairs, and they moaned about the kids playing.
Yeah.
They didn't
And
want
it
the
was
kids.
expensive.
Yeah.
I think that was the most expensive place we stopped in France. Like I think we did 3 stops total. I think one was like a roadside stop just overnight for a couple of hours to nap, and then obviously the Le Mans, and then this one. This was the
No,
most
this
expensive
main
one we
one,
stopped. I'm sure it was like €15 or something a night.
And there were nowhere to change money.
Oh, that were horrendous. We must have walked round for easily 2 days
So we
trying
did
to
it
find
in
somewhere.
We did like a rough. Everywhere we like kind of stopped, even went to get fuel or didn't we? I drove through. We'd look for
Trying to
somewhere.
get some money changed because we had sterling.
Yeah, and then so we thought, oh, we'll just go round this town. We're near the town, won't we? Here.
We didn't expect so many places not to take card.
Yeah, they just didn't take. They didn't take card and they didn't change money, and then everywhere were closed.
Do you know why? I remember now why you wanted cash.
Wow.
There were a bread van that used to come to the campsite, and you wanted bloody bread off it, and it wouldn't take card.
I wanted bread.
You wanted some bread for your breakfast because you had some like bacon bruschetta roll things, and you wanted them and you couldn't have them.
Food.
I know you love food. We did try some nice. We went. I think we tried McDonald's in France. We tried a couple of.
Where did Taco Bell?
Burger
Oh no, that was
King.
Spain. That was Spain.
I think Burger King maybe. You can see it on his Northerners versus Food playlist. You'll see all the food bits that we tried over there. We didn't really do much French food, did we, while we were there?
Not really, no. But we didn't.
French McDonald's were weird though. But we had that when we were in Paris.
Yeah, that one. We didn't do the McDonald's because we did it in Paris.
Yeah. Did you have any French coffee?
No.
No. Toilets. Toilets weren't bad on that campsite.
No, they were all right.
They were weird though, weren't they? They like locked you in.
Yeah.
It was like a big metal
then it
sliding door,
automatically
and it
flushed,
locked in and flushed before you'd done. And the lights turned off. I was in the middle of wearing shit, and the lights shut off, and I had to get up with my pants down to my ankles, shit smeared over my ass cheeks, go to the door, open the door, and there were people waiting outside, and then close it again for the lights to come back on. And there were guys at the door, and I'm like, they stood with my dick out, and I'm like, what the
I
fuck?
did it while we're halfway through, like going. Sometimes you need a break when you're pooing, don't you? It's kind of
No, that's not normal.
Right, so like you're pooing, and then you think, oh, my legs hurt, so you get up, and then you sit back down. It flushed and splashed me.
How hard are you pushing for a poo?
Very, I get constipated a lot.
You tried some French
I'm
coffee.
just full of shit.
Yeah, but it was quite sketch, honestly. Like the fact that you had to get up and go to the door to get the lights to come back on, and I'm like, yeah,
We had to kind of go in twos, didn't we? So
Yeah.
someone could be pretending that they were in queue
yeah.
in case. Yeah.
But yeah, so some random French guy saw me dick. That's probably why they didn't like us, and I got shit everywhere.
They just didn't like us anyway, did they? They didn't like the kids. They were shouting at the kids at one point, I remember
Yeah,
that.
them French people, and that one behind us.
No, the one them
Oh, the
people
next
did.
to us.
Yeah, there were them. The
'Cause
ones
they were
that
playing,
pulled in
weren't they?
later. Yeah, they were playing next to a camper, and they were like, nah.
So that happened a lot, to be fair, in Europe.
They hated them. They
Yeah,
hated the kids being there.
They wanted such silence, but you go to an adult-only site at that point, not into like an air.
Yeah.
The airs are there for families as well, man. Like,
It's
if
like
you want
you're
peace
not
and
allowed
quiet,
on
you
holiday.
won't go to an air, would you?
Yeah.
Like, we keep saying campsite, but it want it were an air. So if you've not been to Europe before, there's lots of airs, and there's free ones and paid ones. They're basically like big car parks that you can go in, and they've got like basic facilities.
Yeah, but this one.
It was nice, I liked it, but it was just very cramped and expensive.
Stuff, yeah.
They had washing machines there as well, big ones at the front. But again, it were all cash only.
Yeah.
Anything unexpected while we were in France? Other than French people, the cash machine's the biggest thing. No cash machines anywhere that you could get money out of. No banks that
couldn't
were
draw
open to
any
draw
money
money out.
Couldn't exchange anywhere.
No, that exchange was the biggest problem that we had while we were in France.
It was like when you were asking anywhere to change money, they were confused why you were asking if you could change money.
They just kept sending us to banks, and the banks were like, no, unless you've got a bank with us, you're not allowed to change it. And I'm like,
it seemed like everything we were asking, they just didn't want to help, or they were just confused about life. Were it not? They were just like, I don't know what's going on.
I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, we pretty sharply went through France. Like I said, I think we were like 3 or 4 days and we were in Spain.
Yeah.
And every time we updated any of his family, they were like, how have you got that far so quick? I'm like, because I was driving like 12 hours a night. And in daytime, just doing 12-hour sessions. I drive in with like an hour break for some food. Just because it were shit. Honestly, we didn't like it. The kids felt like they couldn't play or anything, and it was just not. It wasn't fair on them. So we just rushed through it. So when we crossed the Spanish border, you didn't really know you'd crossed.
No, it's just kind of, it was like going from like England to Wales or
Yeah.
to Scotland. It was just kind of I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh, the language just changed up signs like, oh, we're here now.
There were some nice places there, though. To be fair, like we got
We went
into
down towards on that little where the nice beaches were, like bottom of France.
yeah, on the top bed.
No, not the bottom, but you know that.
Yeah, I know what you
little
mean.
bit
Like,
there.
yeah. Then we stayed on side of road there, didn't we?
I think
It was
so,
like
yeah.
it was like a dirt track that went to a beach area, and we parked
Yeah.
it there and went to the beach for a couple of hours.
Yeah,
And then we went to Palencia.
yeah, we drove all the way there.
Palencia were
They were nice.
nice.
There. Yeah.
I liked Palencia. That was that one with that weird petrol station.
Yeah, yeah, well.
It was cool, man. There's a video up on YouTube, I think, actually about it. There's like old like retro stuff, like loads of old limos and stuff, but it's got like loads of like
Yeah, characters and things.
yeah characters. I'm trying to think what it is. Like nostalgic characters and like Betty Boop, and they were like all sorts. So go look at the video. Honestly, it's the best. I'll put it up in the corner.
Like,
here,
it was the most random characters as well. A lot of times, wasn't it?
yeah.
I feel like they have Elvis things everywhere.
Yeah, Elvis. That
yeah.
were it. There were all sorts of stuff. There were like planes
Spider-Man.
outside. Yeah, there were planes, but it was free camping if you got fuel. So you got fuel inside. You went across the road. And it was free camping.
And the showers and toilets are really close.
Yeah, showers and toilets. We had to pay in cash, and we didn't have any cash still because we'd not been able to change any. So the nice guy in the petrol station swapped me some pound coins for euros so that we could get a shower. The shower wasn't bad. It was quite open plan, but a big gap on the doors.
Oh yeah, big gap, but it weren't clean.
It was very open though. It was a very open shower. Like it was easy for people to watch, and there were like windows all through shower areas, so people could see from outside when you were in shower. Which was a bit weird, but it were a cool petrol station. Like I've ended up seeing all that things. Like I said, the video I just linked that I put up here, you'll be able to obviously click on that and just go have a look at it. It's the easiest way to describe it is for you to see it. So, and then we went for a walk into town. I think there, didn't
That's
we?
not nice, yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice little town. About a 30-minute walk, I think.
Little river and stuff there, weren't they?
Yeah, it was nice. I think we had some food there as well, to be fair, when we were at that one in Palencia.
I
I can't remember what we had. We ate definitely in town. There might be a video somewhere, I don't know. But yeah, then we left Palencia and we went down to Algeciras, didn't we? We were heading towards
we were going
Gibraltar,
down to Gibraltar.
thinking we could cross there, then realised that we had to cross in Algeciras. So we stopped in Algeciras for like 2 days, just round the corner from Carlos's. Next to a B&Q, that one of B&Q, like their B&Q, yeah, like Spanish B&Q, can't remember the name of it. But while we were there, we did a bit of re-gutting on the camper van. We realised some stuff that we needed changing. We built a new bed.
Yeah.
We did like a big piece of wood
Fixed bed.
that made into a fixed bed. We put legs on it so it folded down off at window and it made it into your
Got
bed.
some like latches to close things.
Latches for the doors, yeah. We just did a lot of like tinkering and stuff and improving stuff slightly so that it were a bit more better for us. So yeah, that were the big changes that we did there. And then there were lots of food there. We did 3 food
We
videos
did
there, I
Taco
believe.
Bell,
Yeah, Burger King,
Muckies,
Muckies, I think.
Did we do McDonald's?
I think there were Muckies there as well. But yeah, we went there, and obviously it was big, massive car parks, free to park in as well. Don't park in the B&Q one because you're not allowed. They do lock the gates, little barriers and that. So
You can park for free on that one over.
yeah, the one over the road from it, and it's literally next door to Carlos's, who we used to do this crossing. So this is where a big thing came in as well with the crossing. Carlos was fantastic. Like all their staff there, they told us that we couldn't take the drone into Morocco, which we wouldn't have known about and would have took with us. So we had to leave the drone behind. We'd done like three videos, I think, with the drone.
Yeah.
My brand new drone, and then I just it just sat in a cupboard getting stored while we were in
Well, they
Morocco.
store everything. They'll store all sorts of people out there.
Yeah, anything that you don't want to take over, they'll store for you. And they didn't charge us to store it either. It was free storage.
I read people that stored trailers and all sorts of.
Yeah, I think the charge for trailers.
Yeah, but they stored everything for you.
But they were cheap for crossing. I think it were only a few euros more expensive than going direct with place. But obviously you had that storage.
And they change your money for you if you
Yeah,
need
they
it.
changed money over, and it was a decent exchange rate as well. But I loved the wild camping over the actual campsites. I hated
I felt a bit
campsites.
comfier.
It was more us, wasn't it? Just being in a car park
Yeah.
somewhere.
It was alright once you found a campsite where there were other kids and stuff, and
Yeah, it would if there weren't any families and you rock up with a family.
yeah, it's like
It felt very
friends,
awkward.
but
Even in
it's,
Spain, it was like that, wasn't it? So, I
Yeah.
think it's just a Europe thing. They're going on holiday and expecting there to be no kids, I think, is the issue. Because obviously it was term time in Europe, but our kids are all homeschooled. So, for us, it didn't make a difference on what time of year it was, because their homeschooling happens every day anyway. So,
Yeah.
what were the first proper hot days like that were bad, weren't they? We weren't ready for the heat.
No, I think when we got towards the coast, a bit down bottom, wasn't it?
Yeah, when we were at Algeciras,
Yeah, melting.
it were
I
horrendous.
like it hot, but it were.
You were struggling.
Yeah.
Missed menopause over here.
Oh no, Jesus. I've got
So
sweat
hot
on
and
now,
cold,
and
hot
I've
and
just got a
cold,
jumper
hot
on.
and cold, hot and cold every 2 seconds.
It's literally, I'm one of them who put aircon on and then tell me something about freezing, turn it off!
I have to say that's probably the biggest argument and meltdown that we had on the trips.
Me
Where
getting
you
too hot.
getting too hot and everyone else been freezing. Because you had all bleeding windows open because you were too hot.
Yeah.
We're all sat there in covers. It still happens now.
Yeah, it does.
You're very not normal with the temperature gauge.
I'm
thing.
really
You're
not.
the opposite of everyone else in the household. But yeah, that was
I was
definitely
the same though, wasn't
I didn't mind the heat. I like being naked.
You don't need an excuse for that, do you?
No.
Fucking nature is.
Yeah. Very much so. I think the kids are taking after me as well.
I just run out of pants.
That's what I mean.
It's because I blame lockdown. That's because for mums that just lived in jammers and stuff in it,
Yeah,
and
that's
one of
right.
them were potty trained and one of them were a newborn baby. So I was like, well, I'm not mucking clothes if you're not going out. So
Any problems that we had on the roads, I'd say probably the same as what we had in France. It wasn't bad driving on the right, but it were a bit difficult, like seeing properly in the mirrors, and like out of the back window, because we had the bikes on the back window, but that wasn't really specific to that country. It was just generally a pain in the ass to deal with. We met quite a few people along the way, didn't we? Like you said, we met the ones in the French one.
yeah.
The Spanish one, we talked to quite a few people. There were a couple of people asking about the drone and stuff.
There were
and
quite a few
things like that.
people that were English on that one.
On the
Speaking
Algeciras one?
Yeah, no, not that one. The
French one.
No, the Palencia one.
Oh
That
yeah,
we
yeah,
were
yeah.
talking to a few English guys about because they were like, oh, how old's your camper and stuff. They were actually talking.
Oh yeah, we had a big full conversation. They were showing up drone and stuff, and I
Yeah.
crashed the drone into a wall.
Yeah, you were having it. Like there were alright people there.
Yeah, it was chill, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, we met quite a lot of nice people. There were a lot of nice families, a lot of dickheads as well. But I think the nice outweighed the dickheads, honestly, though.
Nicest people might have been like English or German.
Yeah, Germans were lovely to chat with. Germans
Yeah.
are always great,
They're always
and
nice.
Americans. There weren't
Yeah,
many
but
Americans in Europe. Though.
No, we only saw them one that were broken down next to us. They were American ones.
Yeah,
That
that
massive
big
monster,
massive
yeah.
truck. There were some cool trucks, man. They were like, it looked like imagine a military vehicle, like size of 2 tanks, like the big ones that used to transport like 50 or 60 people, that size, that transported like 50 army people in them.
Yeah.
They were massive. They had to have big fuck off steps that come out. The tyres on one of them were bigger than his camper, like height wise.
It was so fucking massive.
They were beautiful inside though. They let us have a quick look from the doorway. I didn't want to go in because I didn't want to make it a mess or out, but I know I'm going to unleash my children onto them.
No, we'll never do that.
Funny moments trying to order stuff in Spanish. I kept saying French words because I got used to the French words a few days before. So I was saying merci for thanks and stuff.
Yeah, you do mix thanks up a lot in every country you go to.
Yeah. I do it here. I say hello instead of thank you. I said thank you instead of hello.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
And you went to thingy when you went away with B. You were saying gobblecow and stuff and it won't. They don't speak that language there.
Oh, in Indonesia?
Yeah. You were saying thank you in Thai.
Yeah. I do that. I have that problem everywhere I go, honestly. I mean, most people speak English, so it's not too bad, they understand you. And if you don't, you've got Google Translate, so it's not end of the world.
I
is
just
it, really?
Google Translate everything because I'm shit. I mean, I can say some words, but I'm not like. I don't want to start talking their language and then start going, oh, but don't confuse me. Do you know?
See,
Get me scared.
I get what you mean. So, like, we go back to the road side of it. Like I said, we avoided most of the toll roads, well, all of them, unless we physically couldn't avoid it. We avoided it, but that took us down a lot of narrow,
Shitty roads.
windy roads, in through little villages that barely could squeeze through.
Yeah,
I definitely scraped the camper a few times going through them. But that was the benefit
The
of having
roads weren't as wide as the camper, weren't they?
Yeah, that was-
houses at either side.
that was the benefit of having like a 33-year-old camper though. It didn't really matter if you scratched it a little bit.
Oh, it took some beatings, didn't it?
It did take some beatings indeed. There were people throwing bricks at it at one point, but that is for a different podcast.
Oh yeah.
Weird noises from the engine. So yeah, we did have a few bumps and hiccups and stuff from the engine, and some weird noises that sounded like a chain was clanging and stuff like that, because it was a bit sketchy. I were on phone to my mechanic in England quite a few times asking him, what does this noise mean? What
We
does
definitely
this
should
noise
have left
mean?
him a keg of beer on when we left as a
That was a thank you in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so we're going to time travel a little bit now. Obviously, we're down at the border crossing for Morocco, but we went to Gibraltar, but that were on us way back quickly before we went to Benidorm. So we're
We'll
just
talk
going to...
about Morocco a different time.
Yeah.
We'll do Spain this time.
Yeah, we're going to stick to the Spain, but we're time travelling forward a little bit, so we're like 3 months ahead. We went to Gibraltar. It was cool. Do you know why we went to Gibraltar? Can you remember why we went to Gibraltar?
Because everywhere was closed on a Sunday and we didn't know.
Yeah.
So we
Spain
crossed.
does not exist on Sundays. No supermarket. There's Aldi's, Lidl's. None of them are fucking open on a Sunday.
But it was like, we'd only crossed on the Saturday, hadn't we?
Yeah.
And we were like, right, we'll do a food shopping morning because we're a bit low on food, aren't we? So we woke up and we're like, oh, let's go get some stuff for breakfast then. And then it kind of fell shut. And then we're like, oh shit, even little supermarket there shut. Looked online and we're like, I can't even order out. And then we looked and saw that Morrison's were open over in Gibraltar. So
Yeah.
we're like, oh, let's go to Gibraltar.
We literally drove to Gibraltar just to go to Morrison's. We got sausage rolls
Yeah, oh,
because we had no
we
pork.
spent too much money though. Like,
Oh yeah, we were about 90 quid in Morrison's on snacks.
because it was just English food again.
Yeah,
onion rings,
English biscuits, onion rings.
the crisps,
We had chocolate,
dairy milk,
bourbons,
stuff.
dairy milks, anything that you could think of that you'd snack on. We got it and we're like, it'll last us a week. We ate it in 2 days.
We missed it. We didn't realise how much we missed it.
We
did
absolutely demolished it. And milk, real
Proper
milk.
Yeah, we got proper milk.
Yeah. We did a video on it actually. We did a video in Morrison's Cafe. It'll be in the
We did
Northern
Morrison's
versus
Cafe,
Food.
and we did
McDonald's.
McDonald's there as well.
Yeah. We were going to do a walk around in the actual Morrison's, but we had to have a chat with the manager, and we couldn't get approval in time while we were there to get written permission to do a vlog in the actual supermarket, which were unfortunate. So we did like the Morrison's Cafe and the McDonald's
But it
instead.
was quite nice because you'd been away for that long just to have a home food again. Even if you want it all. Want it.
Yeah, it felt like a home comfort.
I even found a bar that did Foster's. I was happy. Wasn't it Foster's? It was Foster's or Carly. One of two. One of my favourite drinks. I was like, oh,
Getting an English breakfast as well were nice.
yeah.
It were nice, but I mean,
Bacon.
I liked it down that part of the coast, to be fair though. It were,
Oh,
it
yeah,
were
I
lovely
did.
down there. The views were nice, the sea were nice.
I'd happily stayed there and like worked and stuff with me.
Passport control at the Gib border were a bit weird though. Like when we went in,
Yeah.
you did a check and then they immediately checked it again. And I'm like, what the fuck, you've just done this? And they're like, no, that wasn't us, that were English, that was Spain.
Spain.
We're English. I'm like, what? So they checked his passports and everything like that, and then immediately checked them again
Need
within
double stamps.
within a 4 foot distance away. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then give us another stamp. So that was a bit weird, but I kind of understand it 'cause it's 2 different countries. But it was very weird. The manager in the Morrison's and stuff was super
It
nice.
was nice, yeah.
He sat and talked through us. We bought a load of vapes for her there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, which all leaked.
Not all of them did.
Thank you, Gibraltar, for that.
No, it's because we crossed back over at the kind of time it were the disposables were getting banned.
Yeah.
So everyone brought out them new ones, didn't they? That were re-clickable and
Yeah.
shit. And the leak like fuck it, and they don't lock.
No.
Like the blue ones used to be able to lock on bottom, but this one.
It
wouldn't
was
lock.
blue, that one we got.
That's what I'm saying. The blue ones used to lock. You could press a button and it locked. This one you couldn't. And you just popped a different thing in, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a bit of an achievement though. Like we were sat there in this camper, like a 33-year-old camper that we drove all the way from England
Yeah.
in space of, obviously, pretend we didn't go to Morocco for 3 months
Oh, yeah.
almost, in space of like 3-4 weeks. So it was pretty impressive, really, that he did so well to get there. But it was nice. It felt like a home comfort. Gibraltar's lovely to visit. You were going to get a job there, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. But someone said if I ever went back like at Christmas or whatever, they'd take me with a full that season, wouldn't they?
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
so how do you think the trip changes on that first part, so the European part of the left side of Spain and stuff?
I think I got more grumpy. I wouldn't take shit.
You did. You got very icy when we got into any sites.
Yeah.
You just anyone said out about kids, you started shouting at them.
Yeah,
You were drinking more though.
Yeah.
I think you were just drinking for the stress of the people around us.
I don't like people. I mean, I do, but I just don't. I just can't be asked for dickheads.
I get what you mean.
Do you know, like, there's no need to be a dick.
It was nice though, being able to move about so much and exploring different areas, going to all the different beaches, doing like activities in the sea. It is great, honestly. If anyone's ever thinking about doing it, go do it. Honestly, it is fantastic, and it gives you so much freedom having a camper van versus a caravan. Like I used to love having a caravan and a van because you could drive the van off somewhere else. The camper were definitely more practical. The only one thing that could fail, which ended up failing, but that's for another day.
Yeah.
It did give me a lot of confidence driving abroad though. Like I quickly turned it around to driving up wrong side of the road. I didn't care.
Yeah.
It just became pretty standard. Trying to learn the road signs in each area and stuff like that, and the different speed signs and stuff was a bit of a thing, but it helped that the speed gauge thing in my camper.
And know where all clean air zones and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was horrendous. In such an old camper, God, we need to do a section on this.
Oh, God.
Clean air zones in a camper from 1991 is ridiculous. We couldn't go to like 70% of Europe in the camper during the day. We could only go on a weekend or on an evening.
Yeah.
So trying to figure that out, and then it turned out we bought loads of passes and shit. No one gave a fuck.
Yeah.
Not once did his pass get checked. There were no ANPR cameras to check it, so we stressed about it like fuck all the way through. I think they're in now, but they weren't in at the point that we were there, so it was a waste of time. We were stressing. We didn't go and visit loads of places we wanted to visit. We couldn't go to any like.
We bought one first place in France, and then we didn't go in that day, I think. So we bought it for the next day, and then they didn't even check it. You were like, why have I bought it twice?
Yeah, paid for it twice.
Yeah.
But it meant we couldn't go to a lot of like the main landmarks and stuff to go do big touristy stuff.
Because we were going to do Portugal as well, actually.
Yeah.
And a lot of Portugal clean air.
We couldn't go in, yeah. So that was a big issue. It's definitely something to look at. So check your clean air zone rating for your campers. As were 2 years off being allowed as a classic vehicle in Europe effectively, which meant that the clean air zone were irrelevant, which were a bit annoying. But it's a bit sketchy with the rules on where it's registered and stuff for that kind of stuff. So do definitely check into that before you take a camper abroad. Obviously, if you've got one of these new ones, it's like whatever the categories are to get in places, you're alright. If you can go to London in your camper in England, you can go anywhere in Europe basically. We definitely could not go to London. We couldn't go to Glasgow, which we found out on the Scotland bit.
We can't fly through. We can't even go to Bradford, which is down the road from us. But
not that you want to go to Bradford, really. But
you don't.
You don't have no bloody wheels. So understanding new cultures, we didn't really get into any of it, did we? Because we went through a few touristy towns, but because we were missing all the major like tourist areas, the cities and stuff, we didn't really get to experience their cultures that much while we were travelling through.
No.
So it was a bit of a downer.
But I feel like France and Spain are very much similar to us.
They've got a similar culture, haven't they?
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was like a big jump from going from like there to Morocco. That's what I mean.
Oh yeah.
That's totally different. Whereas France and Spain are kind of similar, so it's not as much of a shopping there.
I get what you mean. It definitely gave us a real realisation though that we could live outside of England for a long time.
Yeah.
At this point we were like obviously 6 months in. No, 5 months? 5 months in. Almost. I think 4 months? 4 or 5 months in. We'd not really had any major issues. A couple of hiccups here and there, and a couple of cutouts with engine, a couple of times I stalled it and stuff, but nothing major, do you know what I mean? We had a few days where it wasn't very sunny and we were struggling with power and stuff, but overall it really wasn't that bad. And
that was just bad that one time, but that were a different day.
That was because I'd had my laptop on.
Yeah.
My laptop drained, the battery's so bad. A moment you'll never forget. Doing Rudy Doodies on top of a cliff, overlooking the beach, watching the sunset. It was nice. We got some lovely photos. It was just that. We had a picnic, and I accidentally fell in.
Fucking dickheads.
Sorry, but right. A moment that you won't forget. Then go on. What are you going to say?
I don't know. I just really liked that beach.
The one in that big car park one.
Yeah,
it was nice.
It was a nice beach.
That village was nice that we went to there. To be fair, the kids got a load of pictures of a lot of statues and stuff there.
It was just too much like a ghost town. I feel like if it had been a bit busier, it'd be a lot better.
Right. So your best decision of the trip? Leaving England.
Going home.
I like how we both said the dead opposite there. I said leaving England, you said going home.
Oh god, I'm too hot now.
I think that says a lot there, honestly. I think we can move on from that one. The worst decision, I think we're going to say the opposite one. Contemplating going home.
No, worst.
Worst decision, I'd say
Going
we're
to
buying the
France.
camper that was slightly too small for us.
Yeah, we could have done one a slightly a bit bigger.
Yeah.
It was all. I mean, it was all right.
I
We made
just,
do.
I
It
just
was.
wanted a little bit bigger. I wanted a fixed bed.
Yeah.
It was depressing not having a fixed bed. Right, so it's time. Quick fire questions. What's your favourite Spanish food that you tried?
I didn't even try it.
Really?
I like paella though.
Did you had a croissant?
That's French.
Oh yeah. See, I keep mixing it up. Go on then.
Funniest moment.
You walking outside to put the washing back up after it blew over and forgetting that your nipple were hanging out and that guy saw you.
It was my pants.
Oh,
It
in
was
your
my
pants?
nipple. My
Really?
pants. It's because I was getting changed. I just got back from the showers. I had no order. We're getting changed. And I was like, oh no, my washing.
Right, what was your scariest moment?
Waking up to you.
Waking up to me, fair
I'm
enough. Go on then,
I can't
next
think
one.
of any.
Next one. Go on.
Right, one place would you go back to?
Palencia.
Yeah, when I said.
I liked it.
Yeah.
The most beautiful spot. It's got to be Palencia, isn't it?
See, yeah, but there were no like beach. That's the only thing. If it had a beach, it'd be even better.
So you were going to say the other one, aren't you? The one with the one with
No,
the nice
I think not the one with the big car park. That beach before. No, the beach after. Sorry, on way that we went to on the way to Palencia.
The one we
so-
went up that hill.
Yeah, that massive.
Yeah.
That would a well nice beach.
That was a nudist beach.
It wasn't. It would split.
Yeah, it were
half
half
it
and
was
half.
half it wasn't.
There were some nice views there.
But no,
Highly recommend.
it was a really nice beach.
It was a nice beach. It was. It
genuinely
would
so
have paid
nice.
it ass to get over that hill though.
Especially sinking into that sand, but it was
I
like
can't remember the name of that place.
I can't. But it was really nice. It was right up border between Spain
Yeah,
and
yeah.
France. Oh yeah. One thing you'd never do again.
Go to France.
Yeah.
In the
Unless it's-
camper.
unless
I wouldn't
it's-
ever go to a campsite in France.
No, definitely.
I'd go to the Airs. The Airs were all, most of them were alright, but I'd not go to a campsite there again.
Yeah.
That's how we went from the Great Little Britain all the way to the sunbaked cliffs of Spain, all the way down to Gib, and across to.
Morocco.
So in the next episode, we're taking you all the way into Morocco with us on the next leg of our journey, where things start to get really interesting.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
We nearly found somewhere to live, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
But enough of that. Thanks for listening to the Not Pod. We will.
See you on the road.
Bye.